I'm Alan Dale from Gale Force Wins. I want to tell you what a great time I'm having here at the Reveal event. All of these meeting and event planners in the room, but we're in a very special place, a very cool place. And on that note, why don't you introduce yourself, tell us what you do and where we are.
Well, thanks for having me. My name is Drew Hoffart. I'm the regional manager of Craft Beer Market in Ontario. What we do here at Craft is, it's really a special thing where we focus on community. It's one of our primary core values, and we've been very selective over what communities we join, where we open up our newest locations. We're very specific on what we choose because our community initiatives from our charitable organizations that we give to, our community brew, if we're going to be donating a portion of our sales from select beer to local charities, all of that stuff is really important to us, as well as supporting local. Craft Beer Market, we've got, just at this Adelaide location in Toronto, we have got over 160 taps, each needing to be filled with a different beer, and we dedicate a large portion of that to local breweries where we can give them exposure to downtown Toronto guests where their beers, their products might not be as easy to come by. With us supporting on tap, it's one of the great ways for us to support local communities, support local brewers, as well as the food that we bring in. We look for local suppliers. We're also all about ethical business practices, sustainable seafood, and those kind of things that are important to us, getting to our core values of community.
I want to tell you, man, that's amazing, right? The way you talked about the way you integrate into the communities that you're involved in, that's a beautiful thing, right? If we all thought that way and tried to help one another, and it's very much like what we're seeing here now. It's that sharing of ideas, collaborating, because these folks, just like you, know that a rising tide floats all boats, right? If we do well, one of us does well, we all do well. It must be great to be involved in this.
Yeah, it's amazing. It really is. Working with CanPlan, they're a great organization for us to be partnered with, for us to host their events, and to be a repeat venue for where they're choosing to host their events. It tells us a couple things. It tells us that, one, we're doing a great job with meeting the expectations of being their choice to come back to over and over, and as well as it really creates an opportunity, like I said, with community.
Yeah.
CanPlan is really exposing or creating a connection between us and the event planners in the community, whether it be Ottawa or Toronto, really connecting us with them. We might not normally see an event planner that's here having lunch, or we might walk by them on a day and not know that we have an opportunity to connect with them. And CanPlan really creates that great relationship for us to meet people for planning future events.
How many beer markets are there in Ontario?
We've got two. We've got one here downtown Toronto. This was our first location in Ontario, the corner of Adelaide and Yonge Street. And then we have another one in Lansdowne Park in Ottawa, right next door to the stadium where the Red Blacks play.
Two amazing locations, two great offerings to the communities that you're in. I want to thank you for being on the conversation. Really appreciate what you're doing here.
Thanks very much. It's a pleasure.